So, Chalky, have you seen this?
$4 to withdraw 20? That's robbery.
And their bank will charge $3 extra later.
Could have loaded Cannatrac for 95 cents.
Right. The truth has been out there.
Cannatrac, shop, pay, earn rewards. Now accepted at Grassroots Dispensary.
Our debit credit machines are down again. They promised us we could process cards.
They lied to you. Cannabis transactions don't belong on traditional card rails.
So, Chalky, where are you going?
To tell them the truth. You deserve better!
Cannatrac, shop, pay, earn rewards. Now accepted at Grassroots Dispensary.
Hi, I'm Alicia with Cannatrac, and we're here with Jeff from Beard Bros, and this is Ed, also from Cannatrac. We would like to show you how easy it is to pay your invoice with Cannatrac. We have a $2,000 invoice with Beard Bros currently. Take it away, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Yeah, in addition to working with Cannatrac, we actually work through Cannatrac. So we have our monthly media invoices planned up and right here on the Cannatrac app, and this is how easy it is to pay one of these invoices.
All right, well, Jeff, I just want to first say, appreciate working with you guys. You guys are the best. We're going to be out here for a long time to come working with you guys. You guys are fantastic. And with that said, this is the best $2,000 we're going to be spending. So spend it all at Hall of Flowers, right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm simply accessing my app right now, and I'm going to scan the QR code on his phone. And right there, we're going to send $2,000 straight over to Beard Bros. Let's get it confirmed. Payment's going to go through. You're all set, sir.
It's just that simple.
Pleasure doing business with you guys.
You as well.
All right.
Thank you, Jeff. Welcome to sunny Ventura, Hall of Flowers with Cannatrac.
Cannatrac, baby. We make it smooth, shop, pay, earn rewards. Yeah, we make the moves. Get them rewards, no need to front. The future's here. Let's blaze that blunt.
So, Chalky, have you seen this?
$4 to withdraw 20? That's robbery.
Could have loaded Cannatrac for just 95 cents.
Cannatrac, shop, pay, earn rewards. Now accepted at Grassroots Dispensary.
Credit and debit cards working or not?
It's Cannatrac. We're here to help.
We're down again. They promised we could process cards.
They lied to you. Those transactions don't belong on traditional card rails.
So, Chalky, where are you going?
To tell them the truth, Pirello. You deserve better. Get Cannatrac.
Cannatrac, now accepted at Grassroots Dispensary.
Are we having fun now?
Cannatrac is here to save you money!
I guess that's why his nickname is Fun Bobby.
Cannatrac, shop, pay, earn rewards. Now accepted at Grassroots Dispensary.
You've been chasing us for miles. We didn't do anything wrong.
Hey, is this yours?
Yeah, that's mine.
$4 ATM charge for a $20 withdrawal.
$4? Ouch!
With Canacard, you could load your app for just 95 cents.
And earn rewards.
Tell your dispensary you like saving money. Get Canacard. Canacard, now accepted at Grassroots Dispensary.
Hey, Ann, can you hear me? Hello, Ann. Ed?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was on mute. I was on mute there. Yeah, Terry, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, aren't their videos great?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just, guys, I'm just going to mute everybody, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
How can I help you, Agent?
Did you hear the news? Canacard is now using the Green Check verified platform for merchant applications. That means dispensaries can complete their application with us in less than 5 minutes.
That's bigger news than this.
Canacard, now using Green Check verified for applications. Apply today.
This weather we're having sure is something, don't you think so, Chosky? We traced the source of the transactions. Industrial Park, 40 miles out.
This is it, Perillo. To the airfield, we're taking the copter.
Are you sure about this, so chalky? This weather doesn't look promising.
Neither do those transactions.
Look, Perillo, there's a dispensary 5 miles from the site. I may need to get gummies for Agent Lang once this is finished.
Look, down there.
Set us down before this gets any weirder.
Ladies first.
Gee, thanks. So Chalky, look. It's a card reader.
Boo.
Not funny. Neither are hidden out-of-network ATM fees. Gentlemen first. These look like questionable MCC codes.
Another processor claiming they can run debit and credit.
Look at the scale of the cover-up. Cannatrac.
So chalky. So chalky.
Run.
They're waking up!
Don't let them process you!
Now is not the time!
It's a full moon.
Well, That explains the processing problem.
Apparently, even aliens know it's illegal to process credit debit cards for cannabis. Good riddance.
I can't wait to hear the excuse they'll use to explain this outage.
Another Cannacard offer?
Time to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, accepting their awards for Best Actress and Best Actor in a cannabis-related business, please welcome to the stage CBI agents Perello and Sochaki.
Good riddance.
I'll be honest, Agent. Looking out at this crowd, I'm a little worried.
Why's that?
Most of these folks bought their tickets on a debit card, and judging by all the red eyes I see in the audience, those hidden fees are going to land harder than those bad reviews.
They could have avoided that with Cannacard. People still ask me about the receipt chase. 35 seconds, on foot, down a boardwalk, chasing a single receipt.
I was there. I was winded.
I caught it, still faster than waiting on an ATM withdrawal, and no hidden fee at the finish line. We've chased payment fraud from a cart factory to
An actual UFO.
that one's still classified.
Point is, wherever the fees hide, we find them.
We love you all, but we have to go.
We have a shareholders meeting to attend. See you all soon.
I would like to call to order the 2026 annual meeting. So the meeting is being live streamed and will be available. So, right is Henry Suchaki, who is the co-CEO of Cannatrac Financial. To his right is Tom Gavin, he is our vice chairman. I am Ian Collins, remotely from Ireland, and Terrence Patton remotely from California.
So, obviously, this meeting will be conducted under Robert.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
CC Technology, and capital assets. Cannatrac Technology filed counterclaims against CPA, its principals, and other affiliated parties, alleging fraud and other claims resulting in CCTC, which is Cannatrac Technology Corp., loss of $336,000. That was deposited with CPA and others. That was deposited with them and other entities. In February of 2025, the parties settled the lawsuit by entering into a settlement agreement requiring payments to CC Technology Corp. to a total amount of $1,336,000. To date, $350,000 has been paid to Cannatrac Technology under the settlement agreement, and no other payments have been made. Therefore, CC Technology Corp. filed a lawsuit on October 13th of 2025 against the parties who signed the settlement agreement in an effort to recover the amounts owed to CC Technology Corp. Under the settlement agreement, which have not been paid as of yet. This lawsuit remains pending. That is directly from our attorney. If there are questions, I can refer them to him, but it is ongoing and I really can't speak about pending litigation. So, Tom? Sorry, I lost the agenda, I gotta go back. Okay, presentation of financials. They will be emailed to every shareholder, and we have copies here. I'm going to go through them once I go grab a copy of them, sorry. I thought I had a copy of Word, sorry. Okay. Our current assets as of December 31st, 2025, year ending, because we do a calendar year. Bank accounts, we had $208,352 on deposit. And we also had prepaid fees of $174,675, which was our total assets of $383,027. Liabilities that were still out there, we have account payable of $1,500. And then our long-term liabilities are private investor loans of $481,000. There's another type of Sonic mobile home for $50,000. Convertible notes that we have outstanding of $1,395,000. To our total liabilities of $1,746,000. Common stock, there was $2,000 worth. Then the other common stock is $8,979,000. Convertible notes, treasury stock, retained earnings, everything else, leaving us with a net equity of $1,363,000, 287. So our total liabilities and equity end up being $383,027.
Cover the annual.
Okay, that's all the annual. There, everybody will get a copy of this. The second page is just our revenue and operating expenses, but we realize at the end of the day, we have operating expenses of about $659, one out to the other basis, and net income of negative $778,000. Don't want to comment too much on that, but remember, we are still a growing company. We're still kind of in our infancy money-wise. When we go through revenue and stuff like that, Ed will be going through it later when he goes through the where we're at with the app and dispensaries and stuff. So I am comfortable with these numbers. So like I said, any questions, please send them to shareholder@cannatrac.com, and we're more than happy to go through them. So, yes?
We have a shareholder who says that the audio is impossible to hear anything on the live stream currently.
Did we get that?
If we can ask the shareholder if this is any better for them. Otherwise, we can reposition the camera to get it closer. And we're on about a 25-second delay. Give me 1 second, I'll move the camera closer.
Sorry for the delay.
Just speak louder.
Okay, I will just talk louder right then. It's hard for me to do. So, let's say the financials have been presented. As I said previously, if you have any questions, please send them to me. I will try to get you an answer directly from our accountant. And I'll turn it over to Ed on the future of the brand and where we're at today. Ed?
All right, thank you, Bob. So I have a pre-prepared statement. It has been a busy past year. So I have a statement that I'd like to read from so that I don't forget anything that has developed in the past 12 months. So first and foremost, I would like to thank the board of directors for their unwavering support and guidance over the past year. Their insight, expertise, and commitment have been instrumental in helping us navigate every stage of our growth, from conducting in-depth market research and ensuring we remain compliant with our AML BSA requirements, to the countless late-night weekend strategy calls. Bob and I cannot thank Ann Collins, Terry Patton, and Tom Gavin enough for their dedication to Cannatrac Financial. So thank you. Since our last annual meeting, Cannatrac Financial has made significant progress with our flagship product, Cannatrac. Our team has worked tirelessly to enhance both the functionality and user experience of the platform. During the past year, we successfully launched our push notifications and geofencing capabilities. We introduced a significantly improved user interface, and as of midnight last night,
we released our newest feature, Bud Tender Tipping. These enhancements have been exceptionally well received by dispensary owners, bud tenders, and consumers alike. More importantly, they reinforce our commitment to providing a modern, compliant, and transparent payment ecosystem for the cannabis industry while continually delivering innovative tools that create value for every participant on the Cannatrac platform. The Cannatrac brand has never been more visible or active within the cannabis industry. Brand awareness continues to grow amongst dispensary owners and operators, industry partners, the media, and consumers, positioning Cannatrac as the emerging leader in compliant cannabis payments. Since our last meeting, our team has represented Cannatrac Financial at major industry conferences and trade shows across the country. We have attended and exhibited at events in Los Angeles, Springfield, Missouri, Ventura County, California, Kansas City, Missouri, Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, and most recently, Ignited in Chicago. We also participated in premier industry events, including MJBizCon in in Las Vegas, MoCan in Missouri, and NECAN conferences in Boston, New Jersey, and Minneapolis. Recognizing that our success depends not only on merchant adoption, but also consumer engagement, we exhibited at multiple consumer-focused events in Missouri and hosted successful meet and greets in Los Angeles. Every one of these events provided opportunities to demonstrate the Cannatrac platform, strengthen relationships with dispensary owners and industry professionals, and introduce thousands of consumers to compliant payment solution. Those efforts have resulted in meaningful partnerships with some of the most respected organizations in the cannabis industry. Today, Cannatrac proudly partners with Dispensify, the industry's leading self-service kiosk provider, Beer Bros Farm, and Beer Bros Media, two of the most recognized and influential brands in cannabis. Flex Payments, a premier banking and payment organization serving the Midwest, and CanDelta, a respected advisory firm specializing in cannabis licensing, acquisitions, operational consulting, and regulatory compliance. Just last week, we announced a referral partnership with StemWith, the industry's leading SMS and text marketing platform, servicing more than 1,200 dispensaries nationwide. On the consumer side, we continue to work with GapStars, reaching more than 1.4 million followers, along with respected cannabis brands, including Smokies and Strangers, while also actively pursuing additional relationships with numerous other brands. We also believe that success is measured not only by business growth, but by giving back to our community. That's why Cannatrac Financial proudly supports Freedom Growth, helping families affected by cannabis-related incarceration and demonstrating our commitment to responsible corporate citizenship. None of these partnerships happened overnight. They represent months and months of relationship building, follow-up, and perseverance. At this time, I would like to recognize someone who has been instrumental in making many of these relationships possible, our sales manager, Alicia Perillo. Alicia's professionalism, persistence, and genuine ability to connect with people have made her an outstanding ambassador for our company. She has represented Cannatrac with integrity, enthusiasm, and tireless dedication. And many of the opportunities we enjoy today are a direct result of her efforts. Alicia, on behalf of Bob, myself, our board of directors, and everybody at Cannatrac Financial, thank you for everything you've done.
You're all so welcome.
Our commercial growth has also begun to take shape. On March 24th, Cannatrac signed its first participating dispensary in Missouri, Grassroots Dispensary. Since launch, Grassroots has actively promoted Cannatrac to its consumers, and we are already seeing encouraging results with repeat users returning to make additional purchases through the platform. To accelerate adoption in the Cape Girardeau market, we partnered with Joint Commerce to launch co-branded television campaigns on CCTV, strategically targeting cannabis consumers. Many of those commercials, some of you may have seen prior to this event starting. As these campaigns continue to expand, we believe that they will drive greater consumer awareness while demonstrating the value of Cannatrac to neighborhood dispensaries throughout the region. Our momentum continued in May with the signing of Green for You dispensary, which is preparing for its grand opening this July. Beyond these initial merchants, several additional dispensaries in both Missouri and Montana have already begun the Cannatrac application process. While some applications remain pending due to inspections, license requirements, cultivation schedules, and the demand of spring trade show season, we remain encouraged by the strength of our sales pipeline and expect additional merchant growth as we move through the summer and into the fall. Despite an aggressive travel schedule, our team conducted more than 50 live product demonstrations for dispensaries across the United States. Every demonstration represents another opportunity to educate owners and operators on the advantage of a compliant payment solution while building long-term relationships that we believe will convert into future merchants. Our outreach has extended well beyond trade shows. Alicia and I have participated in industry podcasts, interviews, and speaking engagements, including presentations at NJBizCon and Ignite in Chicago, where we discuss the future of financial services in the cannabis industry. Cannatrac continues to receive valuable exposure through industry newsletters, websites, media outlets, further strengthening our reputation and increasing awareness throughout the marketplace. Collectively, these initiatives are accomplishing exactly what we set out to do: increasing awareness of the Cannatrac brand, opening doors to new dispensary relationships, expanding strategic partnerships, and introducing tens of thousands of consumers to the Cannatrac app. As co-chief executive officer, I'm incredibly proud of what our team has accomplished over the past year. We have enhanced our product, expanded our visibility, built strategic partnerships, signed our first merchants, established a growing sales pipeline, and strengthened our position within one of the fastest growing industries in America. While there is still much work ahead of us, I firmly believe the foundation we have built is positioned Cannatrac Financial for long-term success. Finally, I would like to thank our shareholders for your continued confidence, support, and investment in our company. Every dollar you have entrusted to Cannatrac Financial has helped us build Cannatrac into an emerging leader in compliant cannabis financial technology. On behalf of Bob, myself, and our entire team, thank you for believing in our vision. We remain committed to executing our strategy, delivering long-term shareholder value, and continuing to build a company that all of us can be proud of.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're now going to move on to the question and answer section. Alicia, have any questions come in?
Yes, they've sent them to Ed.
Also.
All right, so we do have a question from a shareholder from Doug Patton. Shareholders invested in the company years ago with the hopes of a successful business by now and return on investment. Shareholders are frustrated by the lack of revenue after all of these years. How much revenue was generated in the past year? That is one of those questions as far as revenue goes. We have had over 173 transactions done in the app. There has been over $17,000 spent amongst consumers within the app, a majority of which started at the beginning of this year. This adoption and getting the word out and marketing to the dispensaries in the area should significantly increase our consumer base. What I can tell you is that while consumers do go into the dispensary in Missouri, their first touch is going in, making a purchase, and they don't come back to the dispensary within another month. So the second time through, we're seeing consumers make the first purchase in the app. Multiple users, though, within the Missouri market have made multiple purchases at the dispensary. And we are seeing downloads on the app increase at a rate tenfold of what it was back in March. So consumer adoption is on the rise. The awareness of the app and what it does and how it can benefit the consumer, the word is getting out there. And now with the CCTV ads running in the Missouri market, we'll see a lot more consumers that'll be using the app and utilizing it at the dispensary at Cannatrac. Another question that came in, Bob, it says, please provide a financial update as of June 30th. How much cash is on hand? What was the net operating loss in the past year? Cash burn per year.
I have to get that, it should have come over today. Give me 1 second, please, to get the update on that.
And Don, I'm not sure when you joined, you get this Bob announcing that, but that information, the financials will be sent out to all shareholders after the meeting. So you will have a physical hard copy of it, or I'm sorry, an electronic copy of the document that Bob was referring to earlier.
Yeah, I can give you our financials as of the end of the period, which is December 31st of 25. Cash on hand is $207,297. That's the financials that we had presenting today. We are expecting the ones for end of June for the 6 months coming up. I will make a phone call to you. Okay, so I will make it available to shareholders our cash position as of the end of June when I have those numbers from our account. I'm not trying to push off the question, it's just I don't have those numbers in front of me. We had the financials through the end of the year, which is what we always present at our annual shareholder meeting. But I will give updated financials to anybody who requests them as of the end of June. Have those by middle of July.
Okay, an additional question from Don. With dozens of thriving dispensaries within a 100-mile distance of the Chicago area, how many are producing revenue each month for Cannatrac? Don, I can tell you that number is absolutely zero. Not for lack of trying, but Illinois is a very heavy MSO run and regulated state. There are 7 major providers in the Illinois market that dominate 95% of the business here in Illinois. Getting in front of those individuals is a very difficult task, as we can all attest to. Many of those dispensaries have relationships set up and prior engagements. From a payment side, what I can tell you is a majority of the MSOs are using PIN debit solutions, which have been prone to shutdown because there are illegal transactions being run. One of the battles that we are trying to fight as we are out there more and more is focusing on the fact that Cannatrac as a platform has never been down. We have run 100% of transactions that have been made have been processed by us, which is something a lot of the reverse ATM and PIN debit companies cannot say. As of Thursday of last week, there was a 6,000 PIN debit shutdown that happened on the Northeast coast. 3 months earlier, we had 2,000 dispensaries lose processing services in Missouri. Today, Missouri announced a lawsuit for the reverse PIN debit. There is a class action lawsuit taking place, and Missouri has updated their rules and regulations in the state to ban PIN debit from dispensaries statewide. That is one of the reasons why we focus so heavily on Missouri. They're smaller market, they're more mom and pop owned, they're more prone to make decisions themselves without having to go up to the corporate ladder. That doesn't mean that we're not actively pursuing, trying to get some of the MSOs on board. That does take time, that takes face recognition, it takes time on the circuit of the trade shows, which is what we've been doing. And I can tell you that from the relationships we have made in the past 6 months alone, we are getting there. Through our partners, and through the efforts of our engagement in the media, in the news, and on TV. Go to the next question. What is your forecast on real estate revenue in the next year? One of the things that we've seen on the revenue side of things is purchases, the dollar amount that has been being purchased at dispensaries. That number has dropped from the average of $65 a transaction down to roughly about $45. Now that is on a state-by-state basis. Depends on the tax code, depends on if there are local taxes in addition to that. But we see the average transaction is about $45 right now. One of the nice things about Cannacard is because the consumer only pays 2.95%. That allows us to do a larger number of smaller transactions, which leads to greater customer load. The loads, every time a customer makes it, comes in at 95 cents to us. And then on purchases, we get the 2.95%. But one thing to really factor in here is that years ago, when the company was founded and one of our revenue streams, while it was on the transactional side, that was not where any of the money was, the majority of the money and profitability of the company was coming from. That was going to be on the push notification side, and it was coming from the data side. Now, with push notifications and data, what we do need is a 6-month track record of users so that that data can then be repackaged and sold to advertisers across the country. That's one of the reasons why we're focusing so heavily on engaging the consumer. And at the same time, while engaging those consumers, we actively have to engage with the brands and with the dispensaries to get all three harmoniously in sync so that consumers have somewhere to go to spend their money. As far as revenue goes next year, I think a majority of that revenue is going to come on the side of the advertising and on the push notifications and for the data. Couldn't quite possibly forecast that right now. It really all depends on the number of dispensaries that we get onboarded, especially in the next 3 months, which is traditionally downtime for the industry. Less trade shows, more time, people are back at the offices when they're not doing summer travel. So our calendars are jam-packed with meetings with dispensaries and with brands over the next 2 months. Let's see, we have another shareholder question here from Sean O'Donoghue. Is floating on the stock market still the long-term target? If so, is there a timeline for doing so?
I'll handle that one because that's more of my background. We're open to any and all ways for people to have some type of liquidation event with our company. Okay, Tom's telling me to speak louder, so I'm going to speak louder. We are always looking for something, for any ways to have any type of liquidation event for our company. People have trusted us for years, and it has taken much longer than we thought, and it is paramount for us to get this company to grow. As for listing on the stock market, I'm open to it. It's also going to be a factor of what requirements are. So the requirements to list on the exchange are quite intensive, as opposed to looking at a private equity or venture capital buyout from a firm looking to acquire us. We're open to anything. That's all going to be a factor of growth, dispensaries, and more importantly, revenue. But I do take meetings, and people are, we're on people's radars now, so that will only grow with time. But as for a time frame, I wouldn't want to, I would be speculating, and I'm not going to do that at this time. But I'm just, believe me that that is paramount to all of us. Because the one thing about Ed, I and Tom sitting there, and Terry and Ian, from where they're at, is we are all major shareholders also. So we are on the same side of the table as you, Sean.
Alicia, do you have any more questions?
No, that's all that's current.
Okay. Any from the floor? Okay. All right. So then I'm going to close the question and answer section. You always feel free to contact us at shareholder@cannatrac.com if you think of anything after the meeting. So the next thing is the presentation of proposals and discussions. So proposal number 1 is election of the directors, which would be Terrence Patton as chairman, Thomas Gavin as vice chairman, Edwin Suchaki as director, Ian Collins as director, and myself, Robert Lang, as director. We have tallied, you don't know the exact number. And I have to add the last 2 numbers together. So voting has been concluded. We have proxies in
proxies in 37,635,611.
and an additional data.
Give me one second.
You guys, please speak up.
I'm sorry?
Speak Speak up. We're getting
okay.
issues with the audio saying that it's hard to hear. Everyone's just really projecting.
Yeah,
voices.
when we release this, when we put this online and send the link out, I will increase the audio volume so that everybody can hear clearly what it's saying.
We have a total of 38,080,945 shares voting yes. There was a need for 34,731,435 shares to re-elect the slate. So the slate has been re-elected.
Okay, so now I will open this up. Are there any shareholder motions to the board? There's none from the floor. There's none from the floor, so we're gonna wait. We're gonna give it 45 seconds to see if anybody shoots an email.
If there are no emails already.
Okay.
Those will request them ahead of time.
Yeah. Okay, so at this time, I'm gonna turn this over to Tom Gavin for adjournment and to close out this annual shareholder meeting. I want to say something really quick. I do appreciate every shareholder out there. I appreciate your trust in us. We all know it's taken longer than we wanted, and we are working diligently to get this company to grow and get the value up for each and every shareholder. And I thank you for your faith in us. Tom?
So obviously I echo Bob's sentiment as well. And I also want to make one extra comment here. As someone who sat in the seats of Bob and Ed previously, they really are doing a good job. They're putting in a ton of work, hours upon hours of time that far exceeds, your 40, 50, 60 hour week. Getting phone calls at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, hey, are we doing this right? It's there. They are really working hard for you, and I'm very proud to say that I got to work with them and be a part of this. So thank you guys. With that being said, I'd like to call for an adjournment of the meeting. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second that motion.
With that, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much for all your time, and we appreciate you guys more than we can put into words. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, depending on where you're at. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There you go.